Probably Grow Some Funk, because I was so happy the way that turned out, because we'd written it the night before, and it was like the way that we used to work in previous records. And I had a feeling it was this kind of band was going to be perfect for this kind of track. And it worked out great. It's like, I love that track. Yeah, I love that track. A lot of the fans seem to feel like a bullet in the gun of Robert Ford, which is another one of Bernie Taupin's, the longest title in the world, contender. There's been a few of those. That was nice. Yeah. There's a lot of good tracks on that album. Dan Dare was great. Yeah, I think the whole experience was a lot of fun. I mean, yeah.
It's Billy Bones. I mean, Grow Some Funk is great. Robert Ford's great. If I had to name one, I guess it would be Billy Bones. Because, of course, I had a solo in it. But, gosh, they're just great songs. Hard Luck Story. They were just so fun to play. I'm going to stick with Billy Bones and the White Bird.
For me personally, most probably would be Street Kids.
Me too. Yeah. I think that's, I think from a live, no, I agree with you, Caleb. That's the one that's got this magic feel.
Yeah.
It's like, and Caleb would know this better than anybody, because being what he's done for so long, being in the studio since you were like 16 he knows when there's magic. He's seen it, he's witnessed it. And when that thing comes together, there's nothing like it. I mean, the only thing that could have ruined it if Elton couldn't sing properly. Because I mean, you couldn't do the track was so powerful with the guitars. I mean, you guys, it's just killer. It's a killer track. Caleb and Davey were phenomenal. It was like one gigantic guitar player with, one being able to play different styles within the context of whatever was going on with the song, whatever was needed. But it was really amazing. All the colors you can imagine, sonically. Don't you agree, Caleb?
Absolutely, yeah. I remember when we were working on that tune, me and Davey, because you remember we would just gather around the piano and Elton song, and so you kind of get your cues from what he's doing. But I remember always thinking about, Derek and the Dominoes. Especially that opening line, it's kind of like Layla, Derek and the Dominoes, kind of a vibe on there. And I just felt like we nailed it. And the fact that we did it live, and it just, there's really no other way you can do it effectively outside of doing it live. It's that chemistry thing again. And you and Roger and Elton, the piano playing on that track.
Listen, Elton was like, he was between that one and again the next record we did, Blue Moves. Elton's playing was extraordinary.
Yeah.
I mean, he really, he had different group of musicians. Some he worked with, some he didn't, and it created a whole other atmosphere for him. And I think it freed him up. He was, and again, it was like, okay, either you got to jump on the train or you don't, because the train was going to move.
That's it.
And I think it took him to, it allowed him to stretch out in a different way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I tell you what, when I listen to it now, the tempo at the end, I mean, when James is playing the clavinet, I mean, that track is ridiculous. I mean, I enjoyed overdubbing the bass part because it gave me a chance to really listen to Roger's bass drum. So in the verses, I could play a little bit more New Orleans-y tuba style. So the backgrounds, Patti LaBelle, we were all there when she came in Los Angeles, and LaBelle, it wasn't Pat, it was LaBelle. Yell Help is a monster song. Jeez, God. And that's live. I mean, other than the overdubbing, but the guitars and Roger and James Newton Howard and Elton's, it was a power. Again, each song had a real powerful foundation that really couldn't really be removed.
Right.
The surprise track, well, surprise. I loved Island Girl. It was a #1 hit but it was something that we hadn't really played like that before, and it enabled me to use the marimba and the xylophone, and lots of runs which up and down it, which I'm sure I couldn't do now. I was a lot younger then, and it's got a lot of joy in it. It's got a lot of joy. The whole album has got a lot of joy in it. So not to avoid the question of favorite, but the whole album for me it's very wonderful to listen to it again. And then of course there's the instrumental, Grow Some Funk, which we all had a part in writing and playing, and again enabled me to use a whole extraordinary amount of instruments on it, overdubbing, glockenspiels and vibraphones and God knows what else, all of which were impossible to do live because I've only got one pair of hands, but it was wonderful to do that on record. Yeah, again, coupled with the warmth which I talked about earlier, and the new talent that came into the band that again we all bounced off of, and it was another level of growth for all of us, I think. Yeah.